ল ব্যারেট রেজিস্টার্ড আইনি প্রতিষ্ঠান। আমরা সুপ্রিম কোর্ট, হাইকোর্ট, জেলা কোর্ট, ক্রেতা সুরক্ষা আদালত প্রভৃতি কোর্টে যে কোনো আইনি সমস্যায় আপনাদের পাশে সর্বদা। ল ব্যারেট ল ফার্মের তরফ থেকে আজকে যে ভিডিওটা দেখানো হচ্ছে সেটি তার তৃতীয় পর্ব। এর আগেও দুটো পর্ব হয়েছে এবং এরপরেও একটা পর্ব হবে। তো সব পর্বগুলি দেখার জন্য অনুরোধ করা হচ্ছে। আজকের বিষয় ফান্ডামেন্টাল রাইটস। freedom of conscience and free profession, practice and propagation of religion. Subject to public order, morality and health, and to the other provision of this part, all persons are equally entitled to freedom of conscience and the right freely to profession, practice and propagate religion. Nothing in this article shall affect the operation of any existing law or prevent the state from making any law, regulation or restricting any economic, financial, political or other secular activity which may be associated with the religious practices, providing for social welfare and reform of the throwing open of Hindu religious institution of a public character to all classes and sections of Hindus. Explanation 1. The wearing and carrying of kripans shall be deemed to be included in the profession of the Sikh religion. Explanation 2. In subclause B of clause 2, the reference to Hindus shall be constituted as includes a reference to persons professing the Sikh, Jaina or Buddhist religion, and the reference to Hindu religious institutions shall be constituted accordingly. Article 26. Freedom to manage religious affairs. Subject to public order, morality and health, every religious denomination or any section thereof shall have the right to establish and maintain institutions for religious and charitable purposes, to manage its own affairs in matters of religion, to own and acquire movable and immovable property, and to administer such property in accordance with the law. Article 27 declare freedom as to payment of taxes for promotion of any particular religion. No person shall be compelled to pay any taxes, the proceeds of which are specifically appropriated in payment of expenses for the promotion of or maintenance of any particular religion or religious denomination. Freedom as to attendance at religious instruction or religious worship in certain educational institution. No religious instruction shall be provided in any educational institution wholly maintained out of state funds. Nothing in clause 1 shall apply to an educational institution which is administered by the state but has been established under any endowment or trust which required that religious instruction shall be imparted in such institution. No person attending any educational institution recognized by the state or receiving aid out of state funds shall be required to take part in any religious instruction that may be imparted in such institution or to attend any religious worship that may be conducted in such institution or in any premises attached thereto unless such person or if such person is minor his guardian has given his consent thereto. Article 29 said protection of interest of minorities. Any section of the citizen residing in the territory of India or any part thereof having a distinct languages, script or culture of its own shall have the right to conserve the same. No citizen shall be denied admission into any educational institution maintained by the state or receiving aid out of state funds on grounds only of religion, race, caste, languages or any of them. Article 30 declare right to minorities to establish and administer educational institution. All minorities, whether based on religion or languages, shall have the right to establish and administer educational institution of their choice. 1A. In making any law providing for the compulsory acquisition of any property of an educational institution established and administered by a minority referred to in clause 1, the state shall ensure that the amount fixed by or determined under such law for the acquisition of such property is such as would not restrict or abrogate the right granted under that clause. The state shall not, in granting aid to educational institution, discriminate against any educational institution on the grounds that it is under the management of a minority, whether based on religion or languages. Article 31 compulsory acquisition of property. Article 31A declares savings of laws providing for acquisition of estate, etc. Notwithstanding anything contained in Article 13, no law providing for the acquisition by the state or any state or of any rights therein or the extinguishment or modification of any such rights or the taking over the management of any property by the state for a limited period either in the public interest or in order to secure the proper management of the property or the amalgamation of two or more corporations either in the public interest or in order to secure the proper management or any of the corporation or the extinguishment or modification of any rights of managing agents, secretaries and treasurer, managing directors or managers of corporation or of any violating rights of shareholders thereof or the extinguishment or modification of any rights acquiring by virtue of any agreement, lease or license for the purpose of searching for or winning any mineral oil or the premature termination or cancellation of and such agreement, lease or license shall be deemed to be void on the ground that it is inconsistent with or takes away or abridges any of the rights conferred by Article 14 or Article 19, provided that where such law is a law made by the legislature of a state, the provision of this article shall not apply thereto unless such law, having been reserved for the consideration of the President, has received his assent. এরপরেও একটা পার্ট হবে ভিডিওর, যেটা ফোর্থ পার্ট 4 নম্বর ভিডিও, সেটা দেখার জন্য অনুরোধ করা হচ্ছে। এইটা তৃতীয় পর্ব কমপ্লিট হলো। থ্যাংক ইউ অল। ল ব্যাটের তরফ থেকে আজকে যে ভিডিওটা দেখানো হলো সেটা তৃতীয় পর্ব ছিল। তো এর পরেও যে ভিডিওটা হবে 4 নম্বর পর্ব, সেটাও দেখার জন্য অনুরোধ করা হচ্ছে। ভিডিওটা ভালো লাগলে অবশ্যই লাইক করবেন, সাবস্ক্রাইব করুন চ্যানেলটা এবং প্রচুর শেয়ার করুন, যাতে করে অন্যান্যরা দেখে উপকৃত হয়। কারো যদি কিছু বলার থাকে এই বিষয়ে কি অন্যান্য নতুন ভিডিও দেখার জন্য, তাহলে অবশ্যই কমেন্টস বক্সে কমেন্ট করুন। ধন্যবাদ।